right, guys, and here in the top right-hand corner of the map, Daybreak, we have our red Protoss player from the teammates GoSu, their newest acquisition, YaTa. And his opponents down here in the bottom left-hand corner, winner of the last game. Another Protoss player, representative of alternate attacks, it is Socke.
Yep, so Socke versus YaTa. And if, you know, back when that video was like popular and freaking a bunch of people out, I think I heard that YaTa is kind of like what you say in Japanese if you're like excited about something, or you're like, yes, basically. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't really know much about the language, but I remember hearing that back when that song was popular. I know some people out there know what I'm talking about. If
trust me, I'm sure they'll let me have it on Twitter.
I'm fully you will never forget it. Yes. All right. They even performed on Jimmy Kimmel Live. They did.
A show I don't watch with a reference I don't
we'll
get.
Get you caught up. We'll get you caught up on your pop culture references.
Okay.
Don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry, man.
Looking forward to it.
It's all good. All right. So, PvP here on Daybreak. We'll have to see what these guys decide to do with that last game. We saw Hwangsin try to do a 2-gate Immortal Expand, which is very popular these days in PvP, but Socke countered that quite nicely with a 4-gate Blink build.
That was a really fun variant. It came much later, but it had the Warp Prism and the Sentry involved as well. It was perfectly designed to counter 2-gate Robo Expand. I mean, it was really well done. So
yeah, the other part of it too was that really Hwangsin made a mistake where he didn't cancel that Nexus. I mean, in that situation, you can't defend your Nexus. Don't even try. Just cancel and get back in your base. Otherwise, what's going to happen is exactly what we saw happen. There's a force field on your ramp, and suddenly you're just kind of looking from the outside in and being a very, very sad Protoss unit while everything else dies. So yeah, if you see that coming, cancel your Nexus. I mean, the only reason I can think of that he didn't do it is possibly because he didn't actually, I don't know if he actually got the Observer in the base. He might have seen the units coming and turned around, but yeah, normally you don't want to try to defend that. It's kind of similar to a PVT, really, when you're going for a very early Nexus, and Terran goes for very early aggression. A lot of times, if you try to save your Nexus, you'll just end up losing the entire game.
Both these guys scouting very late. Socke hasn't even begun doing that, and YaTa already has. Looks like Socke's going to go after a 3-Stalker build once again. His opponent YaTa, though, looks like he had a little bit additional Chrono Boost saved up. But it may just be the same thing that we saw last time, out of Hwangsin. See if he Chrono Boosts out a Stalker here in a second as well.
Yep, that's right. So, I don't know, we're kind of looking. It's interesting. I need to play more Protoss, actually. You know, I live with Axlab. I should start.
That's true.
I should play a little bit of Protoss. I don't know, though. I like Zerg so much. It's just so fun.
You do seem like a Zerg kind of person. I'm dead serious.
What do you mean?
We tend to pick races, though, that are that kind of mirror our own personality to a degree. You know, Protoss, it's very ordered. You have warp-in cycles. You have, I mean, I like
you are a very organized person. You are very left-brained. It's true.
Yes. But Zerg a little bit more seat of your pants, can make switches on the fly, and
that's right. Like to be spontaneous.
Yes.
Live an adventurous life.
Yeah, I did not mean anything bad when I said mirrors your personality.
I like long walks on the beach.
But I like those too. Wait a second.
Corgi puppies.
Aw, those are so cute.
That's right.
Right now, if my wife's listening, she'll want one.
Looks like it's going to be a Stargate from YaTa. All right, cool.
Yeah. And once again,
Twilight Council looks like it might be the same exact build from Socke. How many gateways right now does YaTa?
He's adding his second.
Okay, so this could just be an expand, but I've got a feeling it might be more of a, well, we'll see. I mean, there's a couple different ways you can do Phoenix from what I've seen. There's actually a 4-gate Phoenix all-in that's become kind of popular, but this is kind of a big map for it. And whoa,
I was about to say, I was going to let you finish, but he had 2 Zealots coming up. I was like, wait a second, those don't take gas. What is he saving up all this gas for? And it is indeed a Dark Shrine.
Interesting. All right, so Dark Shrine against Phoenix generally goes pretty well for the unit that is invisible.
Yes.
So Socke in, build order-wise, in a pretty good position here. I mean, the Phoenixes are not going to help against the tech of his opponent at all for YaTa, unfortunately. And I've got a feeling he's going to want to expand. He hasn't added on any more gateways or anything like that. Got to give him credit for expanding in PvP, though, man. I mean, I love people who try that.
Yeah, certainly.
It's working pretty well these days, but there's certain situations where it just does not work out too well, and Socke is just one of those Protoss players that can be very aggressive and just has like a million different builds.
Yeah.
So you can't really kind of expect him to do a certain thing.
And people are getting safer and safer with their expands, but the safest ones usually involve that robotic facility, of course.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
you can get a perfect read on what your opponent is doing. Third, Phoenix just finishing up. We'll see if YaTa starts another one right afterwards, or if he decides to do a little bit of pressure. Probe tries to get in, but he has already dropped down a forward pylon just as the Dark Shrine finishes. Perfect time, and here comes our first round of Dark Templar.
Yep, and guess what? Unfortunately, YaTa has nothing at all to see these. He doesn't have a robo started. In fact, he just spent a lot of his gas on a sentry right now. So he's looking pretty dead. Oh, nice force field though. Oh my gosh, he actually trapped 2 of those DTs. I don't know if he can quite fix it in time, but
yeah, I don't know about that either.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, that Archon's going to help take care of his force fields. Look at that. The force field actually destroyed by the morphing Archon. Did you see that?
I did, as a matter of fact.
I didn't even know that you could do that.
Well, let's see. It looks like he's trying to rush a robotics facility for now.
Well, yeah, you have to.
He is under quite a bit of pressure. That DT going to make sure the robotics facility does not get up. Indeed, it has not. There's the GG. Socke has tied things up.